Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Health Matters and Living the Wholesome Life. And if you are following us, or I guess even if you're not, we have been doing weekly and daily posts on positive affirmations. And we are basically working through Dr. Susan Lawton's book, The Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar. And it looks like this. We are on week 3, day 4. And so all this week we have been, our mantra that we are seeing is, I am organized and happy. And I can't tell you how much happier I personally have been this week. It has just been an amazing week. And I honestly think that just telling myself that I am happy has an effect. So I hope that you telling yourself that you are happy and letting your mind make that case for you. When we tell ourselves something, our mind goes out and picks up things to make the case for us. So I hope that you have increased your happiness this week too. And organization as well. This week we're working on getting organized, whether that's in your home, organizing your home, your finances, whatever. We are working on getting organized. Okay, so not only do we have a weekly mantra, but we also have a daily positive affirmation. And the affirmation for today is, I follow up easily on what is important to me. I'm going to repeat that again one more time. I follow up easily on what is important to me. Okay, so I just wanted to take a moment and explore this affirmation, because there's lots of different ways to follow up on things, and some of us have a little bit more hard time following up on some things than on others. And so as I'm talking through this, I want to give a shout out to Gretchen Rubin. She's a New York Times best-selling author. You might know her from her book, The Happiness Project. But she has also written another book that's called The 4 Tendencies, which is a book that I am all over, because I don't know, it just clicks with me. So basically she divides up people into 4 different groups, and the first, and it basically she divides them up on how true are you to what you yourself want to do, and how true are you to what society wants you to do. Okay, and so she has 4 tendencies, and the first tendency is upholder. And an upholder will stick to their own goals and rules, and an upholder will also stick to society goals and rules, okay? And then they have a questioner. And a questioner will question society's rules, and they'll do a lot of deep thinking about society's rules. And if they don't buy into them, they won't keep them. But if they do buy into them, then they will. Let me give you an example for this. Let's say, okay, so I'm a questioner. And so I basically, looked at the society rule. Everyone sends their children to public school. And I'm like, And I actually happened to meet one of my best friends in college who was homeschooled, and she was amazing. Kimberly Cheeseman, you are amazing. And then I met another one of my friends when I was just a young mom, and she was a homeschooler too. And her name was Amy McMurrow. And she was amazing too. They both still are super amazing. And then I took a class in college, and it was on human development. And on one day, just a very short time during the day, in fact, they talked about all the different ways that you could school, that you could go public school or private school or homeschool, and they probably mentioned homeschooling. I'm going to say for all of about 2 minutes, but something just in that homeschool, what they mentioned on the freedom that you have to explore your own interests and go at your own pace, super connected with me. And from then on, having that class, meeting my best friend who is homeschooled, or super good friend who is homeschooled, and meeting another super good best friend who is homeschooling, I latched on. So I questioned that, maybe the best way to educate your children isn't what most of society does. maybe there's a better way for me and my family. Okay, I'm not saying homeschooling is the best option for everyone. I'm not saying that, but for me and my family, like, we're loving it. And so that's what questioners do. Questioners question societal rules, and if they buy into them, then they adopt them as their own. And for a questioner, you keep your own goals and your own rules. Okay, so now you have upholder who keeps society rules and goals. Questioner who questions society rules, doesn't keep them if they don't agree with them, keeps them if they do, and they keep their own. Okay, so then the third tendency that Gretchen Rubin basically talks about is an appeaser. An appeaser is someone who absolutely keeps society rules, but has a very, very hard time and society goals. They will absolutely keep those, but they have a very, very hard time keeping their own goals and their own rules. And with an appeaser, the further out of the further away that person is, the more they will tend to keep the rules and to help achieve those goals. Okay, so an appeaser, for example, an appeaser might say, oh, I want to lose some weight, so I'm going to eat healthy, but that's a personal goal. So an appeaser will have a very, very hard time keeping that personal goal. They will have an easier time keeping family rules and family goals, and a easier time keeping societal rules and societal goals, and they will do the most to help someone that they don't know at all. Okay, so the further out further away from the circle they are, the more an appeaser is going to help and keep those rules and help with the goals. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what appeasers. They don't keep their own goals and rules. They keep societal rules and goals. Okay, so the last one the last tendency that Gretchen Rubin brings up, and first of all, disclaimer: I am not the expert on Gretchen Rubin's tendencies. This is just what I've gotten and my understanding of Gretchen Rubin's book. I totally recommend getting Gretchen Rubin's book and checking out her for tendencies. She has a super fun test on the website online, and she also has a lot of podcasts talking about the 4 tendencies. So I'm going to totally recommend all of that to you. You go check it out, make your own decision. Of course, any questioner would say, you go check it out, you go make your own decision. Okay, so then the 4th tendency is a rebel. And a rebel will not keep their own goals and rules, nor will they keep society goals and rules. And which I think can be a little bit hard for rebels, okay? But as we, for example, and rebels can be a little bit hard too, because if you give them a compliment, hey, I really, really like the way you did that, a rebel might tend to do it less because they don't want to be controlled by anyone. They want to think that they're their own boss. And rebels do a whole lot of good in the world in taking our world into new and different and beautiful ways. Okay, so we love all the tendencies. We love all the tendencies. They all have good points and they all have weaknesses. So the first one, so going back to today's mantra now, okay, that wasn't a tangent. That was actually to bring us back to today's mantra, which is I follow up easily on what is important to me. So I wanted to kind of talk about this mantra today through the lens of the 4 tendencies. So if you are an upholder, right, you keep your own goals, then this is going to be, it's probably going to be super easy for you to follow up with yourself. So if you're an upholder, I would just say post your goals where you can see them so you're reminded about them so that you can follow up. Okay, so that's my advice to upholders. So then if you are a questioner, I follow up easily on what's important to me. So if you're a questioner, I would almost say you're gonna basically mirror what the upholder is going, because if it's important to you, you are gonna follow up with it because you always follow up with what's important to you. So just put your goals or your dreams where you can see them, the vision boarding, the list making, that's all going to be great for both you and the upholders. So do that. You and the upholders are super twins on this one. Okay, and then the appeaser, the ones that keep goals and rules better for those further out of your circle. Appeasers, I would say the number one gift that I can offer you on following up on what you really want to do is you got to think of yourself as important. You've got to know that you are just as important as anyone else out there. And my best gift to you is please get a mentor to work with, or a coach, a life coach, whatever type of coach you want. Get someone who can come and who can help advise you and who can hold you accountable. And do not let that be your wife or your sister or anyone in your family. You need a mentor who is as far outside your circle as possible. So hiring a mentor, a life coach, or whatever would be super good for you. Getting someone who is way outside your circle, who you can tell your goals to and who you can report to like on a weekly basis, monthly basis, daily basis, whatever you want, that's really going to help you achieve your goals. And appeasers, you are important, and I want you to achieve your goals because you have a specific mission on earth just like everyone else does. So quit helping everyone else achieve their missions and goals, although that's really nice that you do that and everyone loves you for it. But start helping yourself achieve your own mission and goals. Okay, so appeasers, we love you, but please, please, please work with someone else. It will really help you achieve your goals better. Okay, and then we go, we're coming to the rebels. And rebels, I don't even know that I want to say anything to you because whatever I say, you will do the opposite anyway. So rebels, I just trust you that you will be able to work it out yourself, how you are keeping your own goals. But I really do highly recommend reading Gretchen Rubin's book so that you can identify more where you are and rebels, you have goals that you want to achieve too. Like, hold true to yourself. Hold true to your best self. Don't just, don't make rebelling against something bigger than keeping your own goal, okay? Don't make showing someone else that you're the boss bigger than keeping your own goal. Don't let anyone knock you out of the path. Don't let your own rebelness knock you out of the path. That's all I'm going to say. Rebels, we love you, love you, love you. You have goals that are important. Please, you're going to bless the world as you stick to your goals, okay? So, that's all on the follow-up, and I love you all, and I hope that you all are amazing at following up on your goals. Now, we are going to be moving into, that on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we tend to go into in-depth into the oils that we are diffusing throughout the week to help us. And this week we're diffusing oils that help us be happy and organized. And so y'all know that we are diffusing 2 drops of the Myrrh, the Helichrysum, and the Marjoram. And on Tuesday we talked about the Myrrh. On Wednesday we talked about the Helichrysum. Go back and check those posts. But today we are talking about Marjoram. Okay, so super quick shout out. Myrrh is the oil of all things mothering. Helichrysum is an oil that is amazing for healing physical and emotional pain. And Marjoram is the oil of connection and community. And I'm going to put Susan Lawton's book away. And I am going to pick up this amazing book that I love. If you love how essential oils can help you emotionally, you're going to really, really want this book. Get it at Aroma Tools, My Oil Life. There's just a ton of different ways that you can get this book. Essential Emotions, your guide to process, release, and live free. But today we're talking about Marjoram, which is the oil of connection and community. And I just want to read this book just phrases it so lovely that I just want to read this book to you for a little bit, okay? So, Marjoram aids those who are unable to trust others or to form meaningful relationships. And I don't know. I think that Some people have an easier time trusting others. Some people have a harder time trusting others. Some children seem to come down to earth with an easier or a harder time trusting others. And then our life experiences add to the easiness or the hardness in trusting others. And I hope you've had amazing life experiences. But if you've had some difficult experiences or some painful experiences that have made it so that you have a harder time trusting others, and you want to be more open to trusting others, marjoram is an essential oil for you. Okay? These individuals who have a hard time trusting others can develop a fear of close connection in relationships. And sometimes they'll sabotage relationships, or they won't try to form relationships because they don't trust in relationships. So again, if this sounds something that you might need, like, get the marjoram. What could it hurt, right? And it might do a whole lot to help you on this. Marjoram can help us see how we are purposely not connecting with people. Marjoram can help us open our hearts and feel more trusting so that we can connect more with others. So on that, I just want to say all of the major holidays, well, not all of them, right? But so many of the major holidays are coming up. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, and Hanukkah, and Yom Kippur, and those are just the holidays I know of, but I'm sure that there's more holidays that other religions celebrate. But anytime you're having a party, you're having a get-together, especially if, like, I would definitely recommend diffusing, a couple drops of marjoram maybe with some other things whenever you're having parties or get-togethers, because it will help people open and relax and the communities to form, okay? But especially sometimes in family get-together, sometimes there's been, family, we all love each other, right? But sometimes it's super easy to get your feelings hurt by those who are the closest with you. So, and we want to get past old hurts. So marjoram will help with opening up the trust again, okay, and letting the bonds be formed, or letting the bonds be strengthened. So I'm really gonna say marjoram is in this blend for a reason, and so here are some of the negative emotions that are addressed: distrusting, emotionally aloof or distant, overly protective. Whether we're overly protective about ourselves or our children or our family members or our friends, whatever. Feeling isolated, wanting to be reclusive because you don't know how you're going to be received, the fear of rejection, and sabotaging what we want most. And who doesn't want those close, loving relationships? Like, we all want those, right? So the positive properties that marjoram can help bring in is emotionally open and connected, close relationships, being soft-hearted, being loving, and having an increased ability to trust. Now, am I going to say just put marjoram in your diffuser and you are going to have close relationships? Nope, I am not saying that. But what I'm saying is marjoram diffusing in a room can help you, or can help remind you that you do want those close relationships, and opening up and trying for those close relationships. Let's keep the hope that those close relationships that you want can happen. Okay, so that is on marjoram. As you are going, flipping back to this book. So as you are going throughout your day, again, I completely want you to remember that the mantra for today is I am organized and happy. I follow up easily on what is important to me. And I invite you this week, as you're contemplating and meditating on how you can do better following up on what's important to you, please play the Blue Danube Waltz. I think it is music. You know, obviously we have aromatherapy because we're suggesting diffusing the oils, but I strongly believe in the power of music to open our hearts, to connect us with God, to connect us with our most important values. So as you are thinking about how you can more easily follow up on yourself, please take a few minutes, put on the Blue Danube Waltz, just lie down wherever you are comfy, get in your favorite yoga pose or whatever it is that you like, and do a little contemplating on how you can do better following up on the things that are important to you. Okay, I think that's everything for today. This is Suzanne Williams with Living the Wholesome Life and Essential Oils Health Matters. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.